What is up, everybody? It's me. It's RDV. Yes, I'm by myself for the moment. Breen is busy. Zach may or may not show up tonight, so I figured, well, I'll just go live by myself, and hopefully that this is working, because last time I tried to stream to YouTube on another channel, it crapped out. Yeah, so for those who are watching the Tulsa King review over on Extreme Movie Show, I will be uploading a new version of that later on tonight. Yeah, StreamYard said it could not longer reach YouTube, so it decided to crap out on us just we're about to wrap up the episode review. So, but it seems like it's working now. I'm showing up live on YouTube on my phone, and also I can see you guys are in the chat now, talking. Yeah. So what is up? One Slick Dude's here. We got Marania. Got Brian Stam and Desert Road. Hello, hello, hello. So hope you guys are doing wonderful on this Tuesday night. For those of you up in the north like I am, you're freezing your butt off. For those in the south, they're probably like, it's like, what, 60 degrees? That's cold to you guys, probably. Ugh. I'd rather have 60 right now. Be nice. But what is it? 43 right now? Yeah, my high was 47. It's dropped about not that many degrees. 40 degrees. Alrighty, so hopefully you guys, I don't know, I should probably ask this since I have you guys your undivided attention, all four of you. Are you guys collecting and reading new comic books? Or are you guys done with Marvel and DC and indie comic books right now? Are you just maybe went the other route? Maybe went to manga. I'm curious to see what you guys are reading, because it seems like I show off the new books, but I don't really hear from that many people in the chats saying what they're actually reading. That's okay if you're reading back issues. Always support your LCS. There's always back issues you can pick up, and maybe you don't want to buy the new stuff because it's like $6. So you wait till like a year from now, and it's down to like a dollar or two. All right. Your circle on that background looks like the opening credits for the old Wonder Woman show. Well, you don't want to see me in a corset, Marania. I don't want to see myself in a corset in the Wonder Woman costume. No. That's on the OnlyFans. I'm the only one. Let's see going on here. One Slick Dude says, I like the cold weather. You can always put clothes on, but you can only take so much off. I feel like I'm wearing a jacket in the morning and then taking the jacket off towards the day because it gets warm. But Brian says it's getting down to 26 tonight in our area. Nice. That sounds wonderful. I don't know how close you are to Canada, but yeah, I'm up in Wisconsin, so I'm a little bit closer to Illinois, so I don't have that cold weather. One Sick Dude says the most of the newer books I get are indies and back issues. So curious, what indie books are you picking up? Are you reading? One sec. Obviously, Marania, you said you were reading a few new books, not nearly as you used to. I know you were checking out Iron Man last year when it was coming out, Gary Duggan. But other than that, I don't know what else you're reading. Mad Cow? Do you mean Mad Cow? Let's see, like Mad Cow, Mad Cave. Okay. Looks like Brian says new books: Conan, Defenders of the Earth, and Batman. Oh, that's cool. Because I always wonder, I feel like it's just like we're just talking like, hey, we're get to check out these books. And you're like, yeah, we don't read comics books, bro. We're reading the older stuff, the better stuff. There's not enough booze to get rid of that mental image. V. Gary Duggan's writing, or me in the Wonder Woman costume? Yeah. No, my fingers are not fat. What are you talking about? Brian says he also got some from his Is On. That's cool too. Like I said, the good thing about E's Auction is that these are loose books. Nothing's in a graded format at all, so you don't have to worry about paying a lot of money because it's slabbed. For those who are basically tight on funds, like we all are, maybe you want to get a reader book, but you don't want to pay like $40 to $60 to not read it. to the slab. I like having a physical book where I can just open it and flip it. That's usually the books I show up on the channel here. But but if you like collecting stuff, that's always great too as well. What's up?
Apologies for my tardiness.
Oh no, it's all right. We're having a wonderful one-on-one session here with they're
Uh,
psychoanalyzing me.
where's Mr. Binks?
I don't know. He said he may show up if he gets done with out of the office soon enough. We were discussing as far as what books they're reading, if they do read new books, because we every week we show off books, but I never get a list as far as only from a few people saying what they're picking up. Like I said, there's no pressure on that. If you read older stuff, I applaud you, because I feel like people collect and then they never touch their books again. They just collect. I'm one of them. Let's see here. What's up? You got to tell me how to pronounce it. Is it Jamin or Jamin? You gotta put a thing in there, because I feel like I'm gonna butcher your name every single time. Or I can just start calling you JD, if that's okay. Looks like Zach and I are in the G.I. Joe. Can't wait for the new issue tomorrow. Joshua Williamson on that. I'm gonna give it a shot. So, what about you, Eric? Are you gonna check out the G.I. Joe?
No.
No.
I've never read G.I. Joe. With the exception of the showcase issue from the mid-'60s. That's about it.
Okay. So I feels like this G.I. Joe is a lot more, I'd say, in a sense, honestly, we use the word modern, because that's always a negative thing. But I feel like it's much more action-packed, much more lighthearted, versus the other one that Larry Hama's writing, more serious. So I'm curious if you might be more into the Joshua Williamson version.
There's just certain things that I don't think I'm ever going to come around on G.I. Joe or Transformers or things like that. I mean, it's my loss. I know that, but I mean, I just don't. It doesn't. They've never really grabbed me. So it's at this point, it's just probably not going to happen.
Okay.
I'm aware.
That's okay.
With Kung Fu grip.
I mean, if you're probably still working at the shop, would you probably read it for free?
I don't know. I'd probably be reading a lot more other stuff just to keep, and I realize that, they're good books. I mean, I said it's just, the Energon stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just again, it's just like a whole series of things. Like, I'm not gonna read the Turtles. It's just never been for me.
Yeah.
And then I said, like, G.I. Joe, Transformers, and what's the other property in there that's
so G.I. Joe's, Transformers, Void Rivals was the big things connecting them, Energon Universe. And you had individual ones. You had Scarlet, you had Cobra Commander.
Maybe I'm not. Maybe there isn't like another whole thing that I'm
missing. I don't think you're missing out of the whole. It's Skybound. That's what Skybound's doing.
Yeah, I said Thundercats. I've never.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't like this Thundercats, even because Thundercats is like. I was never a huge fan of Thundercats, the cartoon, when I was younger, maybe. But as I went to go do a rewatch, it was not as entertaining as I remember it being. So I feel like we, as kids, we gloss over things, we give things more pass. As adults, we start really critiquing more instead of just we forget how to be a kid and just enjoy things.
But hey, I said that's it didn't preclude me from finding 7 things to get tomorrow.
Nice. So it is Jamin.
Okay. Jay, I'm going to answer that actually seriously. I had just started collecting comics. I was only like first year or two when Marvel got the rights to Star Wars before the movie even came out. And if it had Marvel or DC on it, I was buying it. So I had the first probably 10 or so Star Wars and then kind of fell off. So, yeah, I mean, Star Wars. I've never bought a Star Wars from Dark. I haven't bought a Star Wars new in well over 40 years.
I've never bought one single Star Wars issue before. It just wasn't my thing. I watched the 3 movies and that was it. I didn't need extended universe. But I understand the people who love those movies and are like, oh, cool, now we can branch off to other stories. Ghostbusters, it was my thing when I learned that was a comic book and they were actually branching off and doing stuff. I loved it. So I understand that people like when they get really into this stuff. But here's one thing though: the difference between me and a lot of people like Star Wars. I've never LARPed as a Ghostbuster. It's like never dressed up. So I've never really into that. I get the toys and like and stuff, yeah, action figures, and I collect. That's my nerdism when it comes to that. But
I think my biggest problem is I was always such a superhero mark, and for years there were more than enough superheroes so that there wasn't just time to read other stuff.
mm-hmm.
And then and also I said I was in my 20s when the Turtles came out. I was already, I would say, 21 when G.I. Joe started. And I'd already been reading comics for years and years.
So,
and pretty much had an idea of what I wanted, what I was into.
Do you think that because the cartoons you grew up with, the ones you watched as a kid, that you enjoy them? That's why you like some of the Dell books with the Flintstones, or even with the older books like that, because that's what you grew up with as a kid watching.
No, if Dell had a G.I. Joe book in the 60s, I'd have been all over that now. We were a one TV family.
Oh,
and we didn't,
it was John Wayne 24/7.
You know the stories of more like This Week in Baseball. Yeah, like when Rod tells a story about how he would sit in front of the TV when he was 6 years old, watch his cartoons.
Yeah, little cowboy hat and guns.
We didn't do that in our house. So
yeah, I was, and when I saw it, like when you watched like Willy Wonka, you know, there's the one kid's who's wearing the cowboy hat, he's got the little stirrups up, and that's how he watched westerns. He was all about westerns. Yeah, when I was a kid, I never was really like that. I feel like there are some people who get really obsessed with it. I came from a family, it's like where, yeah, we don't go on vacations because we don't have the money. We have one income. So it's like, my thing was I watched Saturday morning cartoons, and I was happy to get a toy that was $7.
Yeah. Like when I was 7, when other kids were watching cartoons, I was memorizing the backs of all the 1969 Topps baseball cards, and I just became more obsessed with sports.
That's my brother
with cartoons, and I mean I can remember seeing the occasional wacky races. I remember that. Archie came out when I was 6, but I never saw that.
I'm the only one in my family that reads comic books. You know, my brother-in-law, not my brother, older brother, 6 years apart of us. The one thing we have common is we're both AEW fans.
Yeah, I've seen them. I've never owned any, but if I could find any at a reasonable price, those I would absolutely read, because I said, because I'm a reader and a collector, and that would fit both of them. So yeah,
All right. So Jamin says he is finishing the Triangle Era Superman. So you got the omnibus. That's what I got. Then I got to work on the Batman animated series omnibus. I picked up 2. I got to finish reading that. You know, there's just so many omnibuses that they're coming out that I'm like, I don't have time to read all this. But okay, what's here? I'll occasionally buy the Marvel and DC facsimile book so I can compare them, the original, to see what they changed. To be politically correct. There is one coming up though this week. Is a 64 issue Batman book from the 40s collection. So it's going for $15. So it actually it doesn't look like there's any new stuff in there. It's just the original stuff being reprinted.
I have the original.
Okay, you have the original. Okay.
Yeah.
What does that?
I have all of the DC like limited collector's editions that they had, and whatever they called them before that, including the Rudolphs.
Exclusive collectors. You could call me guys for that. So I saw that's got that reprints coming out of a reprint. So I was just like, okay, I'll pick this up. If it's because I was thinking about it, and I was looking up more information. But people are saying like, if they would have charged the $20, they could have, because that's would have been like the retail value today of it for that collection. Because you're actually getting a deal. You're saving $5.
Well, there's it's risky because there are a lot of people that won't collect magazine size
Mhm.
comics,
Yeah, but
and
it's
then this is
magazine size. That's why I
size
want to get it.
higher. But what's this is tabloid?
Yeah,
Aren't they doing tabloids? Because tabloid's bigger than the magazine.
yeah. I think that's what it is. Tabloid. Yeah,
Yeah,
so I am looking forward to picking it up. If I can find a copy like yours that's in good condition, sure, but it's probably cost more, I imagine.
actually, you could get a decent condition one of those for 15 if you because
Because
it's not. I mean, it's not one that's any like the Rudolphs are more valuable because they
yeah,
weren't bought by the same people. The Ghosts, obviously,
hmm
like the Superman Muhammad Ali, the crossovers,
hmm
you know, but yeah, there's some of the like just the meat and potatoes tabloids. Really, only you can still find for 10, 15 in pretty good shape. And the one coming out tomorrow is definitely would be considered one of those.
yeah. You see the books I pick up from my comic shop, and like you'll see, like it's like, man, these are because how old they are. They're from the '70s, and this is how beat up they've been exchanged. And just like, imagine if 50 years from now, people are looking at the comic books because now we've had backers and bags, and I wonder how they'll be in pristine condition or they'll be in the same condition like you see in the ones in today picking up in the '60s, '70s.
I think it's funny that yeah, he was griping about the condition on some of those 70s DCs.
Oh yeah.
I remember I said I was buying those books new. It's hard to believe they've been around long enough now to
Well,
just
be
through
a two.
attrition to be turned into dollar books.
They're old enough to be grandfathers
It's
and
hey,
have little. Yeah.
we should probably get to our top fives if we're gonna because remember we got to go to 1935 in just over an hour.
Okay, Doc.
We'll get Leo from Time Travel Comics to manipulate time for us.
It was just use Doc Brown, and he's a
You were doing
DeLorean.
Back to the Future, right?
Yeah.
See, I've seen the first one once, so
Yeah.
I don't. I
Doc Brown, and yeah, Marty McFly. That's what the whole Rick and Morty's based off of. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, it was based off of Doc Brown and Marty McFly going around. That's why it made it so hilarious when he revealed that. I was like, now it
Man,
makes sense.
I just
But
don't. I lose nerd cred every time I come on one of these now.
it's okay. You make
I'm
it up.
fine with it.
You know, it's you. Like I said, I say people who think that being a sports addict, isn't a nerd. Sorry, this whole entire time, people in the '80s thought that, oh, I'm a sports guy. You're a nerd. You know the football stats. You know the baseball stats. That's a nerd. So like I said, like I never understood like people that are like, yeah, you're a dork if you read comic books. I'm like, you're a dork if you watch sports. That's nerd too.
Well, okay.
It's just
Here's
more
here's
accepted.
the
That's all.
difference. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
go to a bar and you hit on the hot girl and you let her know that she loves sports, she might go, that might be a problem down the road. If you say, hi, I like comic books, you're not getting to that road. Now, things have changed in 2024, but trust me, 40 years ago,
Yeah.
it's not something you wanted to broadcast. Anywho,
Well, if you dress like Alfalfa, you deserve to get your ass beat.
now I was probably rocking the Don Johnson wannabe looks from Miami Vice.
I think a lot of people were rocking the Don Johnson look. You know, I cracked up when he said I should find another profession because I gamble on sports. And millions do that, and they aren't pro gamblers. Once he says I have a copy of Life magazine with Adam West dressed as Batman from 1966. Nice. And Brand Dempsey says he got Conan the Barbarian Volume 1 Omnibus or Omnibus.
One slick, is that the one where he's like standing straight up like he's coming towards the because I think I have that one too.
Yeah. Alrighty though. But enough about pop culture. Let's get into actually the comic books that are coming out this week. And just like the auction, we'll just stare at them. I don't know if he watches his channel or not.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've got that somewhere too. One slit.
It's a white background. Oh, it's Zach approved.
I'd love to have the TV guide from Batman '66.
Dude, you would believe how many TV guides I've saved over the years because the covers. I was just like, these are kind of cool.
I used to like when the first Hulk movie came out. There was a couple TV guide covers to that.
Yeah.
There were
You got James Bond. I got that one too.
I don't have James Bond, but I've got like there were some Superman ones. But I'm not talking. I wished I'd thought about looking for some of the older ones because there's a Green Hornet TV guide cover.
Wow.
I've seen it. It's I'd love to
Can you
have it.
imagine if there? I probably is a Man from Uncle one.
Oh, I'm sure there was.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But speaking of awesome comic books, do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
No, you go ahead and go first. 'Cause I'm going to look something up while you're doing that.
The Man from Uncle ones.
Yep. Let's see if it does. See if it does exist.
It's gotta exist because it was a new popular show.
But there were lots of new popular shows and only
Surfside
so many
7.
weeks.
I'm sure Burke's Law maybe has one or Surfside.
Yep.
All right.
Two of them, three of them actually.
What's the price going for them?
Oh, I don't know. I was looking up the images.
Look at do an eBay search. I'm curious.
None of them are particularly cool looking though.
My number 5 is Terminator number 2. Saigon, the 1975, the war is winding down. American forces are in retreat. One GI is enjoying his final leave in south of Vietnam's capital city, where really capital city when he is urgently recalled to the front. Back on the line, Private Duggan. Oh, it's Gary Duggan. Finds that his sector is being overrun by a mysterious enemy force, one that doesn't operate like any Viet Cong or NVA unit he's ever faced. You know what is odd about this? If you just got the Get Fury and you threw a Terminator in that thing, that'd even be a more awesome story. But as rumors spread through the ranks about a one-man Charlie platoon, Duggan and his squad come under murderous fire. Throughout the through the thick jungle air, the trapped men spy their attacker, a lone figure, seemingly impervious to bullets and grenades, completely devoid of fear or hesitation, implacable and inescapable, inhuman. This is Declan Shavley. You know, I realize that's the second Declan I know.
I know.
It didn't dawn on me until
that's Elvis Costello's real name.
Yeah, really. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Now I know 3. So this is the guy who was writing Thundercats, currently going on. If you like this series, you probably like this too. I mean, Luke Sparrow, who from the Star Trek books, which I did not read, get down the mud with the second issue of their hotly anticipated new Terminator series, opening a groundbreaking new front in the war against the machines and featuring bulletproof covers from Declan does his own covers, Edwin Gelman, Drew Moss, and David Cousins. Now, if you're like me, who in the blue hell are you? That's what I feel like, the Rock meme every time, because I have no idea who these people are. But, yeah, I enjoyed the first one. It just seems like the plot from the first one is minor spoilers, if you haven't read the first one, that the Terminators are tired of basically, of losing Skynet. So Skynet says, we're just going to go back and kill off the resistance. Everybody who survived, we're going to kill you back in time. So there's no resistance that they'll work with John Connor. So, yeah, a lot of cool covers. The Bob Layton variant, it's awesome. I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, look how sick that is. Just let Bob Layton do the interiors of this. Mm-hmm. This is what I want. Look at that. That is so cool. Every time you put Bob Layton next to a bunch of people who can't draw, it's just like, it just makes him pop even more. Look, there's even a spot for the moonshine. Oh, that's so cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. This is my number 5 this week. RVD, there's actually a Man from Uncle magazine back in the 60s. Yeah, You talking about the actual like Dell version adapted?
I think
What's
it
the
might have been published by them, but there was, it wasn't an adaptation of the show. It was like
new episodes?
no, it was a magazine devoted to the show.
Oh, cool. Okay, so so it wasn't like like the books. You have different.
No, I just had it had
Yeah.
articles and stuff and
Okay, so
photos.
it's like the throwback ones we have now.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. Awesome.
I think I have one of those, and I've got a Man from Uncle Big Little book,
Yep.
and a I'm not exactly sure one that was the size of a magazine, but it told a story. It was like a miniature issue or a truncated issue, I guess, a truncated story.
Mm. All right. Where are we going to next?
We are going to the very first one on there, and
Wow, it's your number.
outselling the Amazing Spider-Man, absolute Batman. The first issue was Batman shit crazy, and that's why I liked it, and I'm in for the ride for now.
I was thinking more of this. This is kind of like the Dark Knight. When I read that, because I read the first issue, because you guys pretty much peer pressure me into it, so I read it, and it just felt like it is taking the Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller and just pushing it one past the 11, because and just making it much more adrenaline hyped. So I do hope that Scott Snyder is able to maintain this pace and actually have a good ending. Because I feel like it's just going to absolute battle will become like absolute shit if he ends it wrong. I mean, right now you're like, yeah, we're cool, we're going 80 miles per hour until you hit that deer. It's like, so like I said, I hope it stays well, because if people are enjoying this is great for DC. But like I said, if it's like New 52, it's gonna end horrible and in flames, because the New 52 Batman that he wrote sucked at the end. I'm sorry, it just. So I hope he's able to pull out of that and just he learned from his mistakes and says, you know what, get my head on my ass and actually put out a good story. I mean, literally, if you want to write a good story, and if you're not sure you're writing a good story, go back and read the original stuff that people loved. But like I said, I hope it's good, because right now we do need comic books that we can actually invest in. And all people out here are like, well, I don't want to pay $5. Well, I'm gonna tell you, people, you can wait till the trade comes out, or you can wait 6 months to maybe a year and then just read this when it gets to dollar bins, because I don't see this lasting 50 issues.
No,
I see it going 20 issues and then they cancel it because the sales are down. So, does it say how many people are in Pull's list? Well, eventually will be say, but The Zoo Part 2. Oh, featuring the Scorpions, right? In the zoo. Yeah, I was listening to Scorpions today. That's my guilty pleasure. Yeah, like I said, here's one thing though. I'm not a fan of the Kelly Jones ears or the Nick Dragota huge body.
Well, that's again, everything is exaggerated for the purpose of this book.
But it just feels like you put Chris Hemsworth in the body, and just stretch.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if he looks like Batman, if he acts like Batman, then it's just another Batman.
Yeah.
This is basically, this is literally Batman on steroids.
Yeah.
So that's kind of part of the selling point.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Max Bemis art, but apparently those books sold, and McFarlane. So people love Kelly Jones. They love exaggerated art. So like I said, as long as people are happy, that's all that matters.
Well, Max Bemis was a writer that turned Doug Ernst into a villain in Moon Knight.
Okay, what am I thinking of then? The guy who did the Max. Who was that?
Oh, Sam Keith.
Sam Keith. Okay, that's.
I'm with you. I'd rather pull my eyes out than read a Sam Keith drawn book.
But those are popular.
Oh, I know.
I don't get it, but hey,
look,
it sells, it sells.
If you polled 100 fans, who was a better artist between Ed Benes and Humberto Ramos. Humberto Ramos would kick the
Of
shit
course.
out of him. And that's just categorically wrong. Anyway, number 4.
Number 4. Well, like I said, if that book goes downhill, there's only one place it'll go. And that is my next book. I gotta go scroll down because people suck. Where is it now? Dark Empty Void. That's where that book's gonna go to within a year. I don't think it'll last that long.
Oh, wait a minute. That's okay. Oh, damn. I forgot. I bought the first one of those.
Zach Kaplan.
Yeah, I gotta add that to my list.
Fearmounts. Psychologist Joy Frank, her estranged husband, and a team of soldiers and scientists set on a mission to take the mysterious human girl to the center of the black hole. But as they cross into the cosmic maelstrom, did I say right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. and into a strange world that contains surreal alien life from the black hole itself, they'll soon learn why the other teams never came out. Cosmic space horror. That's what I'm loving. Like, is Zach
Cosmic
Kaplan?
space horror.
Yeah, right. That's on the other channel.
Oh, horror.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I saw it. I'm not gonna repeat it though, but that is funny, Glenzer. Yeah. So like I said, this girl came out of they were able to stable a black hole. They created one in the first issue. This girl walks out of it, so he has to call his ex-wife, who is a professor at this college, and she's also an alcoholic and stuff. So basically, it's like, he brings her in, and now she basically has to like talk to this girl, and curious to see what happens. So that's the only cover for this. So, yeah. Wasn't there a movie called The Black Hole? Disney movie?
It might have been, yeah.
I think there was.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because I would have completely forgotten, and that wouldn't have made my top 5, but it would have come in at number 6, ahead of You and I, which I'll believe when I see it. And Barbarella, but my number 4 is the Zachary Banks approved Green Lantern.
Oh, okay, nice.
I'm still trying to get caught back up with what's going on there. But yeah, I said I'm kind of inching back into DC a little bit. I'm not all in yet.
So it's Donald Trump and Elon Musk on defense against the United Nations. And the transform Joe Biden
and Lord Premier Harris. Oh wow! All while Star Gabbard faces an unlikely creature from her past.
I couldn't resist. Yeah. Legacy 584. It's a legacy. See what goes with this. So far, it hasn't been a bad issue. Simone DeMeo, start cardstock. Oh, we just got Jessica Cruz. Got Sinestro.
There's JoJo Mullen's fine ass. That's all right. I'm contractually obligated to do that.
She's the illegitimate daughter of Egon Spangler. I'm trying to see that hair. And then Christian Slater. Young Christian Slater as a Green Lantern. Doing his best Jack Nicholson smirk. Like I said, I'm gonna have fun with this. This looks like a fun book. So, and Jeremy Adams has been proved to be one of the things you can still count on when he's on a book. That every issue is pretty cool.
Maranya, it wasn't Marvel. God, I want to say it might have been, the tail end of Gold Key. And one of the issues is worth a lot of money, like the last issue, because the print run is almost non-existent. I do remember that much.
Okay. All right. My number 3 is a book that I've just been enjoying it, and it's the final issue of this little miniseries. Batman Gotham by Gaslight, the Kryptonian Age, number 6.
That's not the last issue.
Is it not? No,
It's 12.
it says it only shows here. So
no, that's a mistake. There's 12 issues.
Good, then yeah, because I thought it was only going to be 6. Yep. As the threat from the past resurfaces in its present, Batman must work alongside strange new heroes to save the day, including the steel-hearted sheriff of Smallville, Kansas. Kryptonian Age may have come to a close, but the Age of Justice only is just begun. 40 pages for $5.
Yeah, they may change the title or relaunch it, but I don't think the story's over yet.
So some really cool variants. You like, like that, and then there you go. Western Batman or Superman, Wonder Woman. So, yeah, like I said, there's no way this could end in 6 issues, but man, so I'm glad there is 12 because I was like, because sometimes they do this, like you have like 6 issues and then there's a break, then it comes back. So I'm looking forward to reading this. Anytime I get to see a variation of Clark Kent or Superman as in the Western part, it's fun. And Andy Diggle is, I have fun with his writing. Is like he's not the because I remember like I don't know if it was you or somebody else said he was a mid writer. It was Ash, because I know he did some Green Arrow stuff before. I thought maybe Green Lantern. I'm not sure, but I am willing to go back and look at some of his older readings, especially if he worked on Green Arrow. So I'm fun with this, man. Like I said, Western, just old time, basically like characters from the past. And also we were like, well, okay, it's a dime a dozen. We've seen this multiple times, but this has been fun. So where are we going now?
Keep yapping for a second because it might be it for now. Let's see. Oh, damn it.
Keep yapping? Okay. All right. So in the 4th grade, I had this teacher on.
I'm trying to say because I'm looking ahead, 4 and 5 weeks from now, and I'm not seeing another one. So, but I'm almost positive I saw somewhere where it was 12 issues.
So maybe it's gonna be 12 issues. It just got announced. They haven't updated it yet.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna wrap it all up.
Or it got canceled.
Those are pretty decent, sales.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, right. But that is it for now. Looks like.
Yeah.
Well, that's a buzzkill.
It is a buzzkill, because I'm like I don't like those summer breaks or winter breaks, But let's see. Your Undead Quinn looks like you only got 2 books this week. He says number 2 is Calavera PI number 1, and he says Andy Diggle is a good writer. Well, that's good. Brian says, I remember one time at band camp. You probably shouldn't talk about that on this channel if something happened at band camp. One, you should probably sue because you're a minor and that shouldn't happen to you. And second of all, you don't want to put that out in the public. Publics you can, though. All right. Where do you want to go?
You can leave it right there. And that was my number 3 also. So let's go to your number 2.
Cool. All righty. My number 2 is the one that Jay Lucian's probably the most excited about. It's going out this week. It is G.I. Joe number 1. I'm liking this because this seems more campy, less serious than the other. I said the Larry Hama is doing. So that's kind of reasons why I've been really enjoying it. Now they're actually going to put them all in. Now the team's been assembled. The Baroness is on the team. She's not with Cobra. So I'm wondering if she ever will basically betray them and go to Cobra, or she will stay by Duke's side. Honestly, if she doesn't go to over Cobra, I actually would be happy with that because I just feel it just feels like so cliche. Like, oh, she's always with Cobra. This is a new thing, new take on the team. Let's go with that. And maybe if they want to, they can always have her where she doesn't defect, but basically she goes to Cobra undercover, working for them. That'd be cool. Like I want something new. I want something new. As I said, the great thing about this series is that you can change things. If you want to keep it like it was in the cartoon series back in the 80s, then you go to Larry Hama. Larry Hama has been writing since the 80s, right? It's like 1981 or 2 or whatever.
Actually, farther back than that.
Yeah. So you have that. So this is like an Elseworld to me. So and that's just kind of nice about that. Yep. Not really a rogue turn. Well, maybe she will later. But so when they're forming the team, when Duke was in the lockup, he was in his cell next to her, and they basically he freed her against everyone else's like basically like better judgment, and he said no, we'll give her a chance, and then she basically saved his butt too. So who knows? Maybe a new romance angle. Who knows? Whatever. We'll find out. But it says Conrad Hauser, codenamed Duke, is assembled an elite special force known as the Globetrotters, right? Or Duke basketball game. Basketball's not right yet. Is that started yet?
I'm watching Duke right now.
Yeah, see? To battle the rising power of the mysterious Cobra in the aftermath of the Autobots and Decepticons' arrival on Earth. But the enigmatic Cobra Commander has unleashed the power of Energon like never before, featuring many familiar faces that first appear in an all new character. This is the comic that will change everything you think you know about G.I. Joe. And that's only half the surprises in store. From the chart-topping Energon Universe Dream Team of Josh Williamson and Tom Riley. They should have made and it's only half the battle. That'd be a joke. But anyway, some cool covers. Here's the Jerome Opina with Reed Richards up at the top there. Johnny Storm. So, Baroness. I'm sure this is the Ivan Toyo Fowl variant. There's another variant. Nathan Snurdy variant. So, kind of liking this. I have this toy. That's the great thing about having hand-me-downs. I get the toys, and some of them are still intact. So, a lot of covers coming out.
And who's this character?
That girl, she's working with some blonde, she has her own business, and she basically is aligning with Chrome Dome. I forget what his name is. Destro. So, Cobra, and here's Cobra Commander. Here's another shot of Cobra, the new line Cobra with the twins. So, and then you got the bats in the background. Yes, the bats. Automatic. Yep. Baroness. This is a Dan Panosian. Horrible lefty, but good artist.
Well,
and a shitty, but he's also a shitty writer. Don't check out that Red Sony book he's doing. It's horrible. Yeah, get back to normal cover. Yeah, so
I can't imagine that there's someone in the world that would pay $1,000 for a Black Hole #4. Whew.
There's someone who'll pay more for an Action Comics.
That I can see, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to say if I had $1,000 spent on a comic book, it would not be Black Hole issue 4. I can tell you that. Here's the
Brett Booth cover. I see that Brett Booth is still working. I went down a rabbit hole today. I was looking up to see which Marvel, DC artists, writer, or not just artists, but like the inkers and stuff, are still around, and 90% of them are not alive anymore. It's sad.
Yeah.
Because Mark Millar, if you notice on his Twitter, he basically said like, he said he's only planning on doing 50 of interviews, on his videos, live streams. So he's only got like 15 more, something like that he's going to go, and then he's done on his YouTube channel. So he was asking who to put in there. So I had to look up to see who's still alive, because I was like, Mike Grell would be awesome in there. Maybe throw in Bob Layton, some other artists, and like Jim Steranko, and I'm like, is Sal or John? I think I can't remember which one's alive. I think it's
Sal.
Sal's the one that's alive, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like 80 years old. I would love to see a Sal, interview.
Way north of 80. So he's 87 or 8 now.
But great, it'd be great to see him in an interview with Mark Millar, So yeah, we're getting into some of the repeat covers. 15 out of 48. We're not going to look at all of them, but scroll down. There's a lot of covers. So yep. So that is my number 2 for this week, sir.
Well, mine, you have to probably go down a little bit.
Let's see here. Turtles? Grayskull?
No.
Ewoks? No.
Yeah.
Arcbound? The new Tim Seeley Scott Snyder book?
You know what they are. There you go. Johnny Quest.
Oh, okay. Big Burns there.
Wow,
too.
Johnny Quest outselling Space Ghost.
Yep.
Wow.
I had to look up Johnny Quest because I thought there was an H in his name.
Huh.
So it kept throwing me off. I was looking up because I was making that list for the Spirit list, and I was like, okay, who's the creative team on this? I was looking it up, and I was like, why can't I find a freaking Johnny Quest? I found a DC one, but with the H. So I guess they just purposely spelled it without an H, so they have a trademark. Be different.
I've seen Johnny spelled without an H before.
I've never. It's weird to me. So anyway, Johnny Quest has been kidnapped on G2, and the Quest family will do whatever it takes to find him. But once they do their real work begins, then get ready to take the idea of a classic globe-hopping adventure to a whole new level. If Pixel was here, he would be triggered by, bro, they're leveling up, because that's all I kept saying for like the 4 or 5 episodes on The Flash. Bro, you leveled up. Yeah, I leveled up, bro. It's horrible. But speaking of which is not horrible, you've been enjoying this series. Joe Casey is a pretty good writer, what I've read.
Yeah, this is a whole lot of fun.
And there are some other covers. What is that? It looks kind of like I was gonna say how that was a House of Secrets at first.
I always go find the one that looks the most like it could have been put out in the 60s, and that's what I go with.
Right here.
Yeah, definitely not the one, not the main cover.
Right? Because yeah. I mean, it's toss-up. I like the one with the flashlight. Now, if this was being written by Marvel, yeah, then it would be rest in peace.
That looks like Jay Lee.
I think it might be. It is Jay Lee variant.
So I thought.
The other one is Tom Rainey, main cover artist.
It mentioned Jim Steranko there. Poor Jim. He's probably getting trashed over on Blue Sky right now. Where all the comic book creators have fled to because they missed their echo chamber.
Oh, so basically, you heard about there's people. There's on Twitter. These accounts have been taking the deranged rants off of Instagram, whatever, and just posting on Twitter. This one girl, she she said like, "How dare you make money off my content?" This guy, and she's like, she was like, she sounded like a email, cease and desist. It's like, and I'm like, do you realize like when you put it out there, you don't own right to your content when you upload stuff like that. So it's also fair use. But I thought that was funny. Alrighty, so I'll give you guys a real quick recap for mine. Terminator number 2 was my number 5. My number 4 for this week was Dark Empty Void, number 2. Number 3 was Gotham by Gaslight, number 6. Number 2 you just saw was G.I. Joe, number 1. My number 1 book for this week is Green Lantern, number 17. Like I said, I at first I was like, you know what? Because I have been enjoying Jeremy Adams' Green Lantern, not as much as I do with the Flash. I thought the Flash was a lot better storytelling.
I did too.
Yeah, with the family dynamic. This is like, okay. But then he's got the other good book he's writing, Flash Gordon, which I think has actually been a little bit better than this. But I do like this because we do have a backup story, or same story, Star Sapphire. Carol is faces an unlikely creature from her past, which is that monster we saw that came out last issue. Looking forward to that. And then, like I said, if we have guest lanterns in here, Jessica Cruz is always great to see. And then that's so okay. Looking forward to this. Because that's the one thing I feel I love Jessica Cruz. At first, I did not like the character, but she actually has been written well. So I want more Jessica Cruz stuff. If you haven't checked out, was it Justice League Odyssey? Very fun book.
You know what I want to see? I know that when they created JoJo Mullins, of course, they made her gay because you can't create a new character now and not. But I kind of hope they would just forget that and put her with Guy.
Oh, JoJo Mullins?
Yeah.
How old is she in this book? Okay,
she's well into adulthood.
Okay, so she's not the kid.
No, she's not Teen Lantern.
Okay, because I was getting confused with Teen Lantern. I was like, Guy, what are you doing here? No,
they had a little interaction a couple issues ago.
Yeah,
because I think that character could be okay, but she was created to be, just another token gay character, and as I said, there was nothing to her.
Even if they keep her gay, having those two just be best friends.
No, we don't need gay besties. So it's just and honestly,
well, no, I'm not saying him.
And honestly, we could use a few less gay characters.
Sure. But I mean, like, you could have them start off as friends, and then her realize like that she made a mistake, and she likes Guy. That'd be hilarious. But because you could never see that. Anyway, so that is my number 1. Let's get a little quick countdown, and let's see what your number 1's going to be.
Okay. 5, Absolute Batman. 4, Green Lantern 17. 3, Batman, Gotham by Gaslight. 2, Johnny Quest. And number 1, Space Ghost.
Aha. Space Ghost. And I bet you guys are like, wait, Transformers isn't on your list? It'd probably be on Zach's list if Zach was here.
Who?
Exactly.
Exactly.
You know what, though?
Exactly.
You know what, though? But I'm starting to realize there's a lot of cool Zachs. We got Zachary Levi on Twitter just being awesome. Zach Kaplan, the writer, being awesome. It's just 2 out of 3 is okay.
Yeah, we're probably, a few Zachs over the cap if Zach comes back.
Right.
Yeah, this has been, the last couple of issues have been just outstanding. And this might be my favorite book. This or Ultimate Spider-Man are probably my 2 favorite books right now. So I'm very much looking forward to this issue tomorrow.
This, like I said, this looks like a badass cover. This guy is
But I
like
do want to see. I want to see the other covers to see which
So
one.
does he have an energy field around him, like a force field? That's why he's
Looks like
shining
it.
like that.
What are the other covers? I want to see which one. Like the. Yeah, I
Yeah,
gotta find my throwback cover.
this would be your throwback cover, probably. Maybe looks more like the
Probably.
cartoon.
Yeah.
Then we have him with the more realistic. This is this. Okay. Okay. I thought it was the other guy, but the robot. There's your ugly Jay Lee cover. Jay Lee just doesn't know how to draw people looking American.
That's not a bad cover though. For it,
Eyeball, yeah.
it fits. It fits Space Ghost more than.
There's a monkey on the team. Are you kidding me? There's a monkey on the team.
Yeah, that's Jan and Jace's pet. Blip.
Apparently, it wasn't illegal back then. They have chimps as your pets.
He helped save the day.
And then here is your Jonathan Lau 1 in 10 variant.
MK, I'm not reading any of the other absolutes, so Batman by default, if nothing else.
I read Absolute Superman better than Absolute Wonder Woman. I'd say probably say Absolute Wonder Woman is the worst. Superman is kind of Superman. Absolute Batman probably is the best out of all of them. There's this high octane action, but like I said, it's not my favorite version of Batman. Like I said, if I want to invest in Batman, like I said, I'm investing has been the Batman animated continuation with Kelly Puck and stuff like that. That's what I like.
So I'm reading 4 Batmans right now, and none of them are Batman.
Right? Well, what are you reading up other than Absolute Batman that has
Batman Robin Year One.
Okay.
Gotham by Gaslight. And the wolf one, the werewolf one, whichever one that was.
Batman the Wolf. Yeah. I guess so. Yeah, you could say they're not the typical Batman that you have like you grew up reading with, back in the 80s and the 70s and stuff, or even the 90s. But yeah, so cool. The other news that we had came out today is that Jim Lee is going to be in charge of Vertigo. You hear about that?
What's that?
What's
that? That's DC shooting themselves in the foot.
Karen Berger is also being praised by them. But
what is her?
She's an editor. She was an editor back in the day. I don't know what she is now.
No. I know she used to be in charge of it. She basically created Vertigo.
Because she got high praise from Jamie Delano back in the day because she gave him free reign.
But does she have anything to do with this new Vertigo? Or
I think so. She does. Jay's the one that posted the link. He would know. If he's in the chat still. If he just maybe he is old. He might have got tired and fell asleep. Let's go back to look at the chat here. Really going on. One slick dude. Okay, Eric Lane, I've seen it. Have the 9.2 going for now. Okay. What's up, Parasocial? What's up? I love Black Hole. Gotta be careful because I don't know if you guys are putting innuendos in here or not. All right. Stranko sport the bad orange man. They must hate like more. Stranko this. Calvera PI and Brian's reading list says Undead Quinn. Maybe if we look at it and see what it is in a minute. Also, his Transformers was his number 1 for this week for Undead Quinn.
Cool.
Blip is in the top 5 cool animal mascots.
So,
all right.
Here's hoping that nothing catches my eye this week in the trades because there are 2 next week already. There
is only one that's coming out that might get you, and it's Avengers book.
I'm probably gonna be safe.
Transformers, if you haven't collected this, it's coming out in volume 2. There is DC's fine world, basically Wonder Woman. This is Gail Simone Dodson, Nepresti, and Chang. Tim Seeley is and Tony Fleeks have released Local Man Volume 3. New Turtles coming out this week. Collector's Edition. And Hulk by Kate Sinatli, Omnibus. Avengers, the Epic Collection, Seasons of the Witch. By Stern, Grunwald, Milgram, and Byrne.
I've got all those, but yeah, that is absolute recommend if you don't have these issues.
Yeah, I was looking at it earlier. I was like,
the Stern run is just so damn good.
Stern, no matter what title he picks up, it's a good book. It's a good story. It's a good read.
He's probably the most underrated writer, maybe in my 50 years of doing this, because his name never comes up at the top of the list. But his work on Superman, the Triangle Era, fantastic. His Avengers run, for as long as he was on it, about 95% of it was excellent. He's a fantastic Spider-Man writer. He was a very good Doctor Strange writer. I mean, he just is.
He wrote all the tugging at the heartstring issues. I love those. Like he's a like I said, like people talk about Byrne, Claremont, Stern. No matter what you put him on, he knocked it out of the park. You know.
Yeah. So this has, like I said, 11 issues of the regular series. It really gets into the Captain Marvel character.
Yep.
The Spider-Man annual that introduces Captain Marvel.
Yep.
The Fantastic Four 256, which is part of a. Oh God, I think that's part of that's the storyline where that void just starts spreading, like this force field keeps spreading out and they can't stop it. That crosses over with that. I think it was an Annihilus story.
That was Inhumans, right? With Star Fox?
No, Star Fox wasn't an Inhuman.
Okay.
He was, he was a Kree. He was related to, the Captain Marvel family.
Hawkeye.
Well, not blood related, but he was part of that group.
Annihilation Gambit.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Annihilus. But yeah, I love this stuff. And that the Avengers annual, I do believe, is the one where they do go to the moon.
Yep. So he says, Star Fox joins rosters for enter the Inhumans refuge on the moon. Yep.
I kind of want to grab one of those and start reading them now.
But I love this cover, though. Look at this Milgram Joe Sinnott cover.
Yeah, that's the cover from the annual.
Yep. I love that. That's so cool.
And why you don't see Iron Man on there?
Because he was drunk.
That's right. And back then, Marvel used to practice continuity.
Yep. So, like I said, that's cool. Hey, look, there was a woman that was coloring.
I think she colored a couple of the Teen Titans we read. The Teen Titans Go. I think I've seen her name pop up in that.
Kirsty Shield, Daredevil, Avengers.
Maybe not. I might have seen her name pop up in other things.
Yeah. She's Spider-Man, Ant-Man, Avengers. What else has she done? Captain America. Oh, nice. Black Panther, Star Force, G.I. Joe, Cinnamon. I guess the Spanish version. Classic X-Men. Yeah. Crossover classics. Okay, cool. I wonder how much she got paid for doing a coloring gig. That's a lot. Look at all the books that she's worked on. Either done covers for, or maybe some interior art. Dreadstar, Elektra, Dazzler. Wow. Iron Fist. Wow, that's a lot of books. Maybe let's scroll down. Maybe she was part of the Teen Titans. Maybe not. No, she's not an actress. It's weird. Punisher, Batman, Amalgam. Spidey. Yeah, it doesn't look like. No. But okay. Regardless, so. Other trades coming out this week. Star Wars, Droids and Ewoks. The original collection. Marvel. Space Ghost, the one you actually just picked up. You've been collecting these. Spawn, Power Rangers, Trigun Maximum Edition, Green Lantern Jeff Johns, Dick Tracy. Look, Gwen Stacy. Remember those 3 issues that they did? 2020, and then it came a giant size Gwen in 2021. Yeah. Darkwing Duck. X-Men, Volume 3. This is 101 to 109. The Phoenix Saga, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, there you go. This would be something you'd probably pick up. Disney Comics Around the World in 100 Years. I think I have this one. I think I got it at Target. There's one I got last year, exclusive to Target. Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Lilo and Stitch and Evil Queen together. Disney Comics existed since the dawn of the studio. Now grown-up fans can explore the history of Mickey, Donald, Uncle Scrooge, and their supporting cast with a chronological collection featuring the most beloved Disney funny page talents from around the world. See Mickey outwitting counterfeiters and Floyd Gottfriedsen's 1934, The Crazy Crime Wave. Uncle Scrooge founding his own nation in Don Rosa's 1989, His Majesty Duck, plus more 100 pages more, including stories of Donald Duck's Duckling Hood, Basil the Great Mouse Detective, and the Big Bad Wolf added just for a deluxe edition, and all packaged in a splendid slipcase. That's cool. For $100, go to In-Stock Trades, guys. Get cheaper. Oh. Yeah, I for those, speaking of Donald Duck, check out Graphic Man, 8 p.m. Eastern this Wednesday. We'll be talking about all the Donald Duck at Dell. Scrooge, too. So, what we got here? Mad Cave, the links. And that's it. You are clean. You have nothing else to get.
Yeah, because next week, the Fantagraphics Atlas Archives and an EC is coming out.
What was it next week? Let me see what's next week.
Next week's the war titles.
Wow.
Yeah, the war book, and then one of the EC is the science fiction one.
They're here. Bridge Between Earths. That's what I'm looking for. This Justice League of America. Bridge Between Earths. That's cool. Collect the stuff. Green Lantern Corps. Peter Tomasi. Patrick Gleason. Conan. Wow. For next week. Elseworld Superman. Hey, look at all the gun honey. So on a trade. Fantasy 4 Omnibus. Don't have that. What If? Volume 2. Yeah, there's the Atlas. Yeah,
and
library.
Science and right next to each other.
Yep. Nice. Werewolf by Night. Volume 3. So there you go. Best of DC War Artists Edition. Nice. That's cool.
Yeah, that's it's $150.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna look online and see if I can get it cheaper. Popeye Volume 4, Sweet Pea, Eugene, the Jeep, $25. So cool. A lot of cool stuff coming out next week. We'll give it a quick scroll down through here. You guys can look at the other books coming out this week too. Batman Robin, number 15. Is that this week?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. That's the other one. Wait, no, that's not the. Okay,
that's not year one. That's the.
No. Okay, it threw me off for a second. I was like, what? Psylocke, #1 coming out, but
Yeah, no.
If it was original Psylocke, not the crappy split apart edition, no.
I'm sure she's fully clothed and into women.
Well, you saw the costume here, yeah. She's fighting a woman probably, in the hand.
Yeah, well.
Speaking of women, what the hell is with that Mike Aldred Batman looking like a woman? Gay.
I don't know, but I think at this point, Marvel they are damn near at 2017 levels of just not good.
What's been good though has been Witchblade. Margaret Bennett. I'm gonna go and get the trade. I've been reading online. I am waiting for the trade to come out, and I'll probably collect it. But it's been a fun ride. My only thing is if they bring in the darkness and try to pair them up again, I'm out because I do not like the darkness being paired. It feels like a forced shipping, like it did original time. I don't want that again. It's the new series. Let's try something different. Multiverses is now being collected. I guess Collision Detected #5. Not reading that. I mean, it's a kids thing, so I'm like, I'm hoping it's a good book, but I don't want to spend $5 on it. Batman Uncovered is just the covers, and then having some girl is writing the series or writing a story without the covers. Not a fan of that. What else we got here? Arcbone. I said there's a new Tim Sale, Scott Snyder. It just seems kind of weird. Time travel. The Big Burn is a book that you should be picking up. If you're not picking that up, that is a very fun series. We talked about it about 3 months ago, probably back in July. Feels that way.
Wait a minute, is that the one where they're in
Yes.
hell? That's out tomorrow?
Yeah.
Well, shit, missed that one too.
I scrolled by it earlier when I got Johnny Cuss. I'm like, does he not realize Big Burn's out? I was surprised.
That's a no.
And if you guys want more lesbians, Heatseeker. Remember the horrible spinoff? She's back again.
Yeah, not a chance.
Nope. This time she's got to hide another girl from and just like no. And then this week, in Facsimile, Web of Spider-Man #32. Yeah, Toxic Avenger #2. I didn't realize that they were even doing comic books. So.
Yeah, I'd forgotten what that book was even called.
The Toxic Avenger?
No, The Big Burn.
Oh, The Big Burn.
I'd like to think I probably would have missed Dark Empty Void.
Yeah.
But I probably would have caught The Big Burn because of the size of it.
Yep. There's you and I.
I'm hoping there's at least one romance cover left. Or I may not even buy it because I don't remember the series at all.
Basically, the guy, she comes from an abused family. You know, her parents are dead, and she's living with her uncle, and he abuses her. And then she comes across this guy. His name is Yu, I guess, whatever his name is, and he's basically like ADHD or whatever. All we know is that he basically was in the hospital. He died, and he woke up, and then he has the memory loss, you know, and he has all these superpowers, and she manipulates him. But he's a yeah.
By the way, speaking of romance covers, I'm about 40 minutes through that Pop Comics video I told you about yesterday.
Yeah.
Wow, is that a lot of fun?
So, okay. So Reborns is actually so I think it's called The Resistance. And this is all Straczynski was writing a series. So this is like a spin-off from the main series, I guess. So great covers though. Batman, the limited, we were talking about this earlier. 5 thrilling Batman tales. It's pretty cool. For $15, and it's in the tabloid size, so it's worth it. Gru is also being put out. All right. And then Amy Chu is doing Borderlands, Moxie's Mysterious Memento #1. Amy Chu, the one that actually wrote the good Red Sonja book back in the day. So, I mean, the art looks good on the cover. So, yeah. Mike Norton. doing the art.
Hmm.
So I might check it out. I'm not a big fan of the game. I don't care about it. But I like Amy Chu's writing. And then Gotcha Men is gonna do Mad Cave. Those who liked Battle of the Planets cartoon as a kid, this is Gotcha Man. This is the series. This is in the same world. It looks like, and basically the girl from the team. He's gonna have her own story. And there's a Dracula story out through Scratch Comics, which I've never even heard of.
Me neither.
Archie Jumbo Comics out this week. Another digest.
Yeah.
I like these digests. Then we got manga, and hey, Vicious Circle number 3 is coming out. Remember that came out like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
So wow.
I didn't buy the ones before, so I don't know.
But yeah.
But I remember it looked good.
It looked good, but to me it wasn't entertaining. But then again, I haven't read it in 2 years. And then these are all facsimile stuff or second printings. So alrighty then. That is it for this week. Yes, look, there's even Japanese shonen magazine. Hot Girls on it. Yeah. And that's it. That's it for this week, guys. All right. Alrighty then. This really needs to fix the release problems.
Yeah, wouldn't hurt.
It's not the only one. AWA has issues too. I think they're.
Well, I think they're done.
What was the one that was doing Samurai Doggy? Was that AWA?
I don't think so.
That was the one that was Ash was all hung up last year. That was really fun.
So anyway, kids, don't forget to hop on over to I Love Comics. In about 8 minutes, we are ranking covers from 1935. Should be interesting.
Yes, so it means you do all the clicking, the liking, the subscribing. If you haven't done that, so you can donate to the Ko-Fi if you really want to. If you don't have to, but it's a nice. It helps out pay for the StreamYard with his is a coin expense. And they can also your money goes towards paying for the comic books we use to read on this channel. We read Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and Monday nights for you. So cool. I also want to go because we have 16 people watching. Now 15.
And we used to think Zach equaled ratings.
I think it might be the background. Who knows? Maybe the background makes a difference. Now we're down to 14. They're like, oh, we're done. No more comic books. We're done. Yeah. But yeah, thank you all for being here. Looks like we got Justin popped in. I didn't see him at first. MK is in here too. Anybody else sneak in that I didn't see? I think that's about it. Cool. If you guys could do me a favor, go check out our other previous ratings. You know, we have a few of them. There's a Sonic Boom. We've been reading the Sonic Universe. If you're a fan of that stuff, check those. Give some of those some love. Go through the playlist. Just let them play. We got quite a few stuff that needs some love. But we will see you tomorrow night, though. On this, actually, no, not on this channel. We will not be live tomorrow night. Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, or 9 to 5. We'll be showing up the books we talked about, and some other books, maybe some back issues. All right, guys. Have a good night, and stay safe, stay warm.
Good night.